Howdy folks, I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade, and welcome back to Destiny 2. I'm by myself for this mission because it's a single-player mission, of course. I'm doing the subclass mission, my first subclass mission, after getting the light, as you can probably tell. Every time you get a new subclass relic, you might have seen there, and I get she got her first one for her Titan, which is the Striker. And I got my first one for my Warlock, which is the Voidwalker. For Hunters, the first one will be the Gunslinger. You'll get for each class, you'll get the original subclass that you started the game with, and then later you'll get the TTK subclass later on. Well, when you do get those relics, you have to do some public events or just kill a lot of enemies, and eventually that relic will essentially unlock itself, I guess you could say, and then you'll get something like this. It's still unwearable. This is the warped armor. This is my the relic I got for the Warlock. Return to the Traveler's Shard in the EDZ to activate your subclass. It's still unwearable, but this armlet shivers with a greater power. Atomic infinity, utter absence, a dark and fractured mirror. You recognize this feeling now. Residual void light. This gives you access to essentially your second subclass, which is the Voidwalker in this case. So in order to do that, you actually have to go back to Earth. Like it says, go to the EDZ. So we go to Earth. And you'll get a special icon up just north of the Gulch area here. Depending on which subclass you're getting. If it's Arc, it'll be blue. If it's Solar, it'll be orange. And if it's Void like this, it'll be purple. European Dead Zone, return to the Shard of the Traveler and restore your connection to the light, the subclass quest. As you can see, it is single player, like I said, which is why Xerify is not with me. So we're going to select it. And here we go. We'll be landing back in the same general area where we went to the Shard of the Traveler the first time. We actually got our powers, but it's going to be just a little bit different. We're still being like that dead zone area, but we're not anywhere. We're actually, as you can tell by the map, we're actually north of the actual EDZ that we would be in doing patrols or missions or whatever. We're in that forest, that dark forest.
This forest again. Well, I can't say our last visit wasn't memorable. Let's see what we can find.
Let's see if I can take a look exactly to figure out exactly where we are on the map. Yeah, we're actually in the sludge. Okay, and we got to go like roughly this direction in order to reach our destination. So we got to go down here and this way. Pretty much, obviously, you got to follow the diamond. And for each time you get, for every character, for every class is subclass. And so, for all subclass quests like this, they're all going to be pretty much the exact same. The map is going to be the same. The events that are going to happen are going to be the same. The difference is going to be pretty much the dialogue that gives you the backstory of the subclass. You'll be looking for this, we're going to, against the stream of this waterfall in this really cool-looking purple area. And this isn't too dissimilar from the way that you got the TTK subclasses back in Destiny 1. It'll once you get that far, which I'll show you in a minute. Once you get that far, it'll actually give you kind of like a short time to get used to the abilities. Which, since you're playing classes that you've already played in the Homecoming mission, but they're also going to be the subclasses that you played for the most part in Destiny 1. They're not going to be anything new here for the first subclass. So it's pretty much just kind of teaching you, kind of reacclimating you to what you already know. So you see this little green warp. It looks kind of like a taken warp of some kind. Just walk right into it.
Gotta love the ambiance. Hey, do you see that? Over there. The light.
What he's talking about is that little column of glowing light right there. As you can get closer, you see it's starting to become Ikora Ray. You probably can't tell from this distance, but it is Ikora Ray, I promise. And as you go through here with each subclass, the The story's going to be different, but the person that you're going to be seeing here is always going to be the vanguard of that class. In the case of the Warlock, you're always going to see Ikora Ray here. The Titan is always going to see Zavala, and the Hunter will always see Cade here. So I'm going to shut up and let the game do some talking.
This is the shape and the point of the tooth. Nothing has ever lived that will not die. Now I fly between green-black suns in a labyrinth beyond Crota's Godstar. This is the overworld, the sea of screams, where the throned universes of the great hive fester in eternal majesty. I move among them. I map the shapes and connections of this world.
Now, like I said, I know this is Ikora Ray, but that voice was clearly not Ikora. It sounded a lot like Toland to me. You might remember we heard his voice just briefly in one of the TTK missions when we were heading into to go actually destroy Crota's soul shard for Eris Morn in the TTK. I believe the mission was called... actually, we forgot what the name of the mission was. But as we had to go down into the moon, it was on the moon. You had to go down and actually had to destroy a crystal that actually held Crota's soul. I think that was TTK. It might have been the Dark Below. Either way,
It was TTK because what you were doing was becoming ascendant, basically. So
no. I think the time you hear Toland, I think you actually just had to go destroy the shard. I don't think you actually.
when you hear Toland.
Yeah, when you hear from Toland, because Eris gives you Toland's journal, and at the very beginning of the mission it says hold fast to Toland's journal, and Kate says hold fast to your gun, Guardian. Toland's voice comes through when you hear that, and it sounds just like that voice we just heard. So I think the voice we heard was Toland, even though it doesn't actually say that. Alright, let's proceed on up here. Just stay to the right. Nothing interesting to see on the left, except some more, nice atmosphere. But here's our next
I want
thing.
to appear in the tower and taunt them. Lo, lo, I never sleep. I dance in light and shadow. I never sleep. I will never die. I will never die. I want to ask them, if you followed your laws here to this trembling, fearful place, of what use were those laws? But I have work to do. I shout into deep places. Osiris, I call. Osiris, Osiris, can you hear me?
That guy just sounds weird. I don't know if that's Toland again or not, because it doesn't say. Usually, when whoever's talking appears in the upper right-hand corner with the ghost icon, it doesn't show that here. It just shows the ghost up there. So I really don't know who that is. I assume they'll probably tell us eventually. Now, this third one here will always be a cabal. It will always be a cabal. I don't know why, but this third one always is a cabal model here, whatever you want to call this little image.
The traveler came out of the void that surrounds all things. Thus we know that the void is full of power. Thus we enter the void without fear. Small minds will call your abilities blasphemous. They will compare you to the abominable wizards of the hive.
Even though they use fire shields, go figure, or solar shields. Alright, after this one, we actually get to fight stuff.
Heads up, Fallen.
The first time you come through here with your first subclass, it will be the Fallen. When you come through with your second subclass, well, it won't be the Fallen. I'm not going to tell you who it will be until we get around to showing you. I'm not going to spoil it here. But I'll just tell you that it won't be the Fallen. Pretty much all you got to do here is, you probably could just run past everything, because you can see that little green pillar right over there. That's your destination. So if you want to, you can probably just run past everything and just run straight to that pillar. But I want to go ahead and kill everything anyway, because I think I'm still getting experience. Yeah, I'm still getting experience. So I would throw down another one of my coins to give me extra experience, but I'm only going to be doing this mission today, so I'm going to be doing something else once I get through this recording session here. I'm not going to be playing Destiny today, so I don't want to waste a 4-hour coin just for like 30 minutes of gameplay. That other vandal is not going to come up behind that goddamn rock. So what if I throw a grenade over there? I overshot it. Alright, fine, I guess I'll get him after all. Punch! I know you're over there. Oh, that's not what I was looking for, but that works. What the hell? You see that rock? Okay, that's funny. I'm glad I had that on recording. Okay. There's a song that I should put to that too. I'll do that later. Hey, make that as some kind of like a comedic clip or something. That's just funny. Alright, those are arc shields. I don't have an arc gun on me, so I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Shine! Eat my sword! And with that, all the fallen are dead. That thing's still... Where is it? Did it stop spinning or did it just fall? I wonder where it went. Okay. Yeah, I can actually make it go away, so... There actually there's no gravity here, so they just kind of float away. Go right through the trees. So where did it go? I wonder. I can't see it. Maybe it's beyond the draw range. That was just hilarious. I gotta show Zara that. And whoosh!
I think these light projections might be lessons.
So yeah, we've got some more lights to listen to. So.
But you will not be held back. Gifted with a traveler's light, armed with the secret physics of a lost age, you will tear reality asunder. You will fear nothing, and nothing will not fear you.
There's a lot of double negatives there, but you get what he's saying. In other words, everything will fear you.
What is the void? When you walk it, what is there to experience, as there is nothing to be seen in it? The vacuum between the stars, the smell of rot, the taste of metal, the deafening roar that can only be heard when it is truly silent.
I don't know who that was. That was clearly a female. I have no idea who that was. Alright, follow the railroad tracks here to the third one.
The shamans of the old world were said to have covered their eyes so they could see the dead. I believe these men and women were the first to discover the power of void. And in the Traveler's Light, we have succeeded in refining their methods, in charting the courses they pioneered. When you blink, you'll know the way.
You can tell by the position of this particular model here of Ikora that is clearly the animation of a Voidwalker using the Void Blast. And of course, once that's done, you heard the mission objective be done. So now what we're going to do is pass through this portal.
Another shard of the Traveler. We're not alone.
Yep, that's right. Another shard of the Traveler. And now we got to clear the area of Fallen. Shanks are so easy to kill with a hand cannon. As long as you hit them, they're one shot. Grenade, sticky. Settle down. I get a little excited when I start getting, remote kill, one-shot kills like that. I just start firing away, thinking I'm just going to kill everything in a single shot, and that doesn't happen. There's a captain out there, so I'll handle the shanks first. I'm getting shot from the right. By snipers, I can hear them. Healing Rift. Oh, you lucky bastard. Shot me down just as my rift hit the ground. Lucky motherfuckers. That's alright, I got some sniper ammo now. Fuck. Oh, that's my problem. We're gonna take a mulligan on that. We're gonna pretend like we didn't just see me do that.
This shard called us here. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, that didn't happen. And this thing is just bouncing up and down. Okay, let's walk over to the Tart of the Shoveler. I'm glad I'm only recording one episode today. Interact with it. We get a little cutscene. Enter the Voidwalker. Before I get started here, it's going to lock our gear. It's going to lock me into the Voidwalker.
The shard gave us.
There we go.
Let's use it.
Now I'm going to set my abilities real quick. Okay, can't set anything. Alright. Thought I could set my abilities. But apparently I can't yet. Alright. Just like when we got our light the first time, you got our abilities the first time, the Dawn Blade, there's all these little light pillars around here that'll instantly give you a full recharge of all your abilities, including your super. So, have fun. Boundless Light, unload it on enemies. Boom. Walk in, fill up again. Walk in, fill up again. And just like when you first got here, kill everything. I love the Voidwalker in Destiny 1. It's just as good as it is here. Woo! You're not going to think the Void Blast actually travels faster in this one than it did in 1 when you use the default the original Voidwalker, the original Void Blast, Nova Bomb. And what's great is even when the servitors make its allies invincible, they're not invincible to a Nova Bomb. They still get blown the fuck up. Woo! Boom! Everything dies. Excuse me, I'll just step behind you. Pick this thing up over here and blast away. Kaboom! Pick up some more boundless light. I was going to say unbound light or boundless light. And shoot that. Boink. Land over here. Waste an entire void bomb on a drag, but I don't care. I have boundless light. I will do it all day long. Boom! What's left? Anything left? Oh. Woo! Boom! I love the Voidwalker. It's awesome. Oh, somebody's still alive over there. I must end that. Whee! I must change that. It's alive. I must change that. Oh, that servitor survived? Maybe I just missed it, or maybe it was a different one. Fill up again. Kill these 3 shanks. Fill up again. Kill those 2 shanks. Oh, that's a shank and a drag. Fill up again. And kill that servitor just spawned. Again, wasting on a drag, but I don't care. What's left? Oh, some over there. Whee! Look at that range. Oh, that was such a good shot. I thought I might have overshot for a second there, but that was perfect. Is that all of them? Nope, that's not all of them. There's still something out here. Haha, yes. Whee! Ow. Whee! 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 I love the Voidwalker. It is so cool. Whee! That's without any upgrades to it or anything. I don't have any of the, the modifications to it. You can do in this one. You can actually, at least in the beta that I saw, I'm not going to be using this particular setup. But you can actually make the void blast go really slow, and when it explodes, it like creates sort of like a bunch of axiom bolts that track targets. But also, if you wanted to, you can actually shoot the bomb early and make it detonate early and create its little axiom bolts sooner. But what I like is the attunement at the bottom with the second attunement. I forget what it's called. I think it's called the attunement of I forget what it's called, but it's the bottom one. The void blast actually creates a singularity that basically creates a vortex.
They're calling reinforcements.
Good, more to kill. That creates a singularity, a vortex that does additional damage to enemies within the vortex. They call it a singularity in this game instead of a vortex, but it's essentially the same thing. And also what I also like is the abilities that it gives for the melee ability. It when you score a kill with the melee ability, it gives you what's called Devour, the Devour buff, the Devour buff, which instantly refills your health, and then every kill that you get while you're in the Devour buff instantly refills your health again. So as long as you're killing stuff, you will never die, literally, because it just keeps refilling your health over and over again. Not restoring, not health regeneration, but a full restore. As long as you're scoring kills. It doesn't matter how you score the kill either. It could be grenades, regular weapons, supercharge, whatever.
If that was a test, I think we aced it.
That's what Devour does, and I really like that one. Alright, when you get this thing here, it means you're done with your test, and you have your new subclass. It'll take you back to the beginning of the Dark Forest, and automatically teleport you out of, or actually take you out of the mission, automatically. And I'll be using the Voidwalker subclass now when I go back to playing teaming with Zeraphia. Equipment unlocked. And you might have noticed as I was talking there, right at the beginning, as soon as it changed me to Voidwalker, that it said equipment locked. What it does, there's certain events in this game that will lock your gear. In this case, it just locked my subclasses, so I couldn't switch to a Dawnblader if I'd wanted to. Actually, I didn't want to, but even if I did, I couldn't have. But there's supposed to be some challenges in this game, mostly in the raids, I think, where it locks your gear and you actually can't change weapons or armor either. So that's what I've heard. I haven't seen it myself because I haven't done the raid yet. But there we go. There's the Voidwalker, and I've got, now that I am level, I think 13. It's in. Am I 13? Yeah, 13. I'm going to go ahead and use some of my upgrade points here, which is why I didn't use too many on the Dawnblade. I did use a few to get me kind of where I wanted, but I didn't use all of them here because I wanted to save them for my Voidwalkers. I knew I was going to get it. So let's go ahead and see what I'm going to upgrade here. I'm definitely going to keep the Healing Rift. I'm not going to bother with Empowering Rift. I'm going to go with Burst Glide. I like that better for my movement. I also have access to Blink, which is, if you remember from Destiny 1, or if you're familiar with it, Blink, it literally is, like it says, jump while airborne to teleport a short distance. It really is just a short teleport. You'll jump in the air, you'll disappear from here, and then reappear like over here. It is very short. It is a very short distance, but I found that, at least as the way as I play, it kind of messes with me because it doesn't really always put me right where I wanted to go, so I don't bother with Blink. And of course, I'm going to go with I'm going to go ahead and unlock the Axion Bolt because I do use it, and I have used it in the Crucible before. Despite what I said, I have been in the Crucible in Destiny 2. Point the finger of shame at me, I know. But I use the Axion Bolt in the Crucible, but in normal PvE action, I always use the Scatter Grenade, so I'm going to unlock that now. In the beta, you had access to only this top one, Attunement of Chaos, which only gave you these 4 abilities here. Strike an enemy with this melee to drain your enemy's life force. Use it to recharge your grenade. So it was used that way before. You got draw your power from your super to overcharge your grenade, making it deadlier and more effective. The Chaos is Accelerant. I actually used this for a little while. Last time this isn't the first time I created a Warlock, by the way. But this is actually Destiny 1 Warlock, but anyway, I'm getting beyond the point. This is actually a pretty nice ability. Whereas L1 actually throws your grenade, if you hold it, it actually charges up your grenade using using up your super bar. So it actually drains your super bar, but it actually charges your grenade, making it more deadly, like it says, making it damage more when you actually unleash it. So that's kind of cool. And then you've got Bloom, which is always nice. I always like the Bloom ability, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be using it because I'm going to be using the bottom one down here. But then, of course, you have Cataclysm. This is what I was telling you about doing when I was actually blowing stuff up in that test thing earlier. Nova Bomb travels slowly and seeks enemies, so it's like one large axiom bolt. Detonations shatter into smaller seeker projectiles. I have hiccups. I promise I'm not drunk. Fire your weapon at the Nova Bomb to detonate it early. So what you do is if you didn't watch my Destiny 2 beta, I think I played a Warlock in that beta. But you shoot your Void Blast, and it goes out there really slow. I mean, and I do mean really slow. It's nice and slow. When it explodes, whether it hits the ground, hits a target, whatever, it shatters into smaller projectiles that seek targets. Well, if you don't want to wait for it to hit the target, or maybe you're seeing it head toward a group of enemies, and maybe it's going over the enemy or something, you can shoot the Nova Bomb, and only you can do it. Your allies can't shoot it, or enemies can't shoot it by accident or on purpose. Only the launcher, the caster of the Nova Bomb, can shoot it. When you shoot it, the Nova Bomb explodes, and then turns into all the projectiles, which will rain down on the target, which is actually pretty nice for eliminating a group of enemies in a nice, tight group. But I'm going to be using this, the Attunement of Hunger. Here's Devour. Strike an enemy with this melee ability to fully regenerate your health. Not recharge your health, fully regenerate. It's instant, full recharge. For a short time afterwards, kill, restore additional health. So when you kill an enemy with your melee attack, you'll immediately get a countdown timer on the left of the screen that counts down 10 seconds of a Devour buff. Any enemies you kill in that 10 seconds restarts the timer. Or no, it restores your health. I forgot about that. Any kills you get during that 10 seconds refills your health completely. Feed the Void. Consume your grenade energy to regenerate your health, grants the Devourer effect. So, if you're low on health and you don't want to use your grenade, it's kind of similar to what this does with Chaos Accelerant, where you use your super to charge your grenade. What you're doing here is you're actually just taking your grenade energy and putting it back into your health, and that instantly grants the Devourer effect. So you can instantly, so you don't have to use your melee to actually get the Devour buff. You can use this ability here to consume your grenade energy, and you will recharge your health, obviously, and you'll have the Devourer effect, the Devourer buff. But this is what I really like, Insatiable. While the Devourer effect is active, killing enemies extends its duration and recharges your grenade. So, if you use the grenade to charge your health and get the Devourer buff, you can actually recharge your grenade energy by just killing stuff. So when you kill enemies, not only are you recharging your health because of this ability here, but also it restarts the timer, extending its duration. So as long as you've got enemies around, you are... there's no other way to say it. You are literally invulnerable. And you're literally invulnerable, because as long as you've got enemies around you and you're killing them in less than 10 seconds, it'll regenerate your health every time, and it will restart the timer. So you have an additional 10 seconds to kill another target. And then, of course, you have the Vortex, which creates a singularity which continually damages enemies trapped inside, which I explained. It's just like the Vortex from Destiny 1. So I will be using the Attunement of Hunger. So let's go ahead and get this one. Get Feed the Void, and Insatiable, and I will get Vortex once I reach level 15, which is only 2 levels away. So, with that done, that is the Voidwalker Warlock subclass mission. When I get the third subclass mission, which I won't spoil what it is here, even though if you think about it, you probably already know what it is, especially if you've played the TTK in Destiny 1. Once I get that subclass relic unlocked, I will show it off, and I will do that subclass mission at that point. Otherwise, this has been the Voidwalker subclass. When I let's see, I won't be able to do it with my hunter because I've already gotten both subclasses with that one. but I haven't done it with my solo Titan yet. I don't think. I mean, well, I can't remember. But if I have any subclasses for the other classes that I haven't shown, I might show them off here. But that would be... Unfortunately, I can't do the Hunter because I've already done both Hunter subclasses. I think I've already done at least one of the Titan subclasses. But anyway, that's enough for me. This has been Destiny 2. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll be doing a lot more Destiny 2 coming out soon. Don't worry, this isn't the last episode or anything like that. the collaboration you see with me and Zerify from this point on will be on this Voidwalker. Glad to have you back, buddy. This is my Destiny 1 Warlock, so I'm really happy to see it. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the links at the end of this video for more of my stuff. And thanks so much for watching. I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade, and I'll see you later.